Hi everyone, welcome to the Roaring Gunners from the City of Joy with Sharadeep and myself. Hi bro, how are you?
Great, buzzing after the
What
break.
a result last night. That was amazing. We've not won a game like that in a while, with an injury time winner. Also this season, we've not come from behind to win a game. So, when I was watching, I was hopeful still. I was like, maybe today's going to be the day. The adrenaline rush you get, when you score an injury time like that. It's nice to win 3-4-0, but it's also nice to win games like that, last minute goal in injury time.
That kind of nights, defines the real flavor of football. And it was an outstanding game. I was traveling yesterday and I was in a bus and I was watching the match. It was late night match here in India. When we scored the winning goal, I was kind of almost screamed. And there was like, and people were just sleeping and they were just, oh, what's happening in the bus? So yeah, surreal moment, to be honest. We trailed for a long time and then two late goals, perfect foil of a great game. And I have to, the atmosphere yesterday was outstanding at the Emirates as well. And that kind of replicated in the performances of the players as well. But crucial victory for us because it was literally a 6-pointer. Because had we lost the game, we would have been in real mud. We would have been in real mud. Again back into the seventh position. Our destiny wouldn't have been in our hands. But great victory. Now within just 1 point of Manchester United with 2 games in hand, Wolves and Tottenham, we do have a bit daylight among us and them as well. So yeah, massive victory. And this is, I feel very good, to just admit or, kind of see that we finally are taking these chances, because in the past, there have been many opportunities for us to, kind of run away for top four or something, whatever, but we have kind of squandered all of our opportunities. But this season, we have seen now twice, with Wolves, a fortnight ago, when it was very crucial for us that we had to win. And yesterday, again, massive victory. So yeah, really very, very happy, because this is what we want. Absolutely. This is what we want, this mentality, this fighting mentality, the never give up attitude that we have been instilling under Mikel Arteta is very encouraging. And I may have to, eat my own words, because I was not much convinced about Mikel Arteta at the beginning of the season, but slowly but steadily he is changing the things around. Very happy about the result.
Yeah, so when I saw you on last week's show, we're talking about the two games coming up, Brentford and Wolves. It was vital to get 6 points, 2 home games. And we've seen our rivals around us dropping points in recent times. So it was really important. And we got the job done. So if we look at yesterday's game, got to give Arteta credit. He made the right substitutions at the right time. And both substitutions had a great impact. We saw Eddie assist Pepe's goal. And then Pepe assisted the own goal in the end. So really big impact. And what are your thoughts on the goals? What a turn from Pepe for that first one.
Yeah, I think Arteta, we were getting the indication from Nicola Pepe in the afternoon that he's kind of, looking at least to rejuvenate his career at Arsenal. And yeah, he has produced. Even Arteta said, in the presser, I think that Pepe, I think he became father, yesterday, the day before, I think. And he kind of sent him a message at 2 or 3 a.m. in the night and told him that he is ready to play against Wolves. So that shows his commitment, that shows that he really wants to do well for his manager, for the club. So yeah, outstanding. That this is exactly what I want to see from our players, And Pepe, yeah, he has been a bit of mixed bag, since his arrival, but slowly this may be the stepping stone for him to turn things around at Arsenal. And great, very happy for Pepe, because great goal as well. You see the turn, the sharp finish to get us back into the game. And then, we became alive. We really became alive after Pepe came on. And I have to give credit to Nketiah as well. He did some good bits. in the games. The turnings, the run-ins that he had, also the assist that he got for Nicola Pepe. It was a good ball for Odegaard, but he had to control, and the cut back to Pepe was pretty decent as well. So yeah, very happy for Nicola Pepe and Nketiah as well. So 3 points, man. That's all. That's all I wanted, and I've got it.
Yeah, it was a difficult game because Wolverhampton, we know they're a good team. And once they went 1-0 up, we know they got a really strong defense. So it's going to be really hard for us to turn it around. Another thing I was really happy with Arteta as well, when he made the substitutions, he changed the tactics, went 3 at the back, and it had the desired effect. That's what we were asking for against Burnley as well, maybe to change things up a bit more. What it wasn't working, so he didn't really change it up much. Just put Eddie on as a late substitution, but this time, he was decisive, made some tactical changes, got the substitutions on, and yeah, it turned the game. Really vital 3 points. Just about the referee again, though, so much time wasting from Wolverhampton. It's like we're having real bad luck with the referees at the moment. It seems like a lot of the decisions they're making are favouring the other team. What's your thoughts?
I will contradict you in this thing because they were wasting time since they scored the goal. From the 20th minute of the first half, they were doing the bits and they were slowing things down, unnecessary, taking long time to get the through and all. And look at, and you saw the substitution as well, the Raul Jimenez one. Nobody knew what they were doing. Once we saw the Raul Jimenez his name was announced and he was kind of jogging on in the field, and then they changed it. So it was deliberate. That it was quite clear that they wanted to, play this mind games and all here. But in the end, it really cost themselves. It is karma. Because had they not been wasting that so much time, it wouldn't have been 6 minutes of added time. And we scored in the 5th minute of the added time. So yeah, I will take that. But yeah, a refereeing decision, you have to say that, yeah, it hasn't been good, We have been in the wrong ends of many of refereeing decisions, but yesterday, I thought in the first minute, the Gabriel Martinelli, the penalty shot, maybe it was a touch and go, but it could have been given. We have seen it given for other clubs, but yeah, it's been happening with us for a long time now. It's not new that referees do take decisions for us. We have seen that many softies goes for red. When it's Arsenal's turn, we have seen it has happened with David Luiz in the past. Saw happening that a fortnight ago with Gabriel Martinelli as well. But yeah, you have to play the game. You can't just keep on blaming the referees and all. And we showed that even if referee is not that much for us, in terms of his decision making and all, we can grind a win. So that's the main thing. But yeah, to be honest, refereeing standards in the Premier League has gone down a lot in the past few years. They need to sort that out.
Yeah, lucky it didn't cost us. So one good thing was he added 6 minutes on yesterday. So that helped us with having the extra time we needed to get the winner.
That's exactly. Had they not been wasting so much of time from the start, we wouldn't have got 6 minutes. It would have been either standard 3 or 4 minutes maximum. So it worked for us. And it was karma for Wolves, They were playing all those things, slowing things down, and they got their due.
Yeah, so vital victory. And we're now really in a good position for the top 4. Built a bit of a gap between us and Wolves, us and Tottenham, right behind Man United now with games in hand. So if we take a look at our rivals now, we'll start with Tottenham. So speaking to you last week, ahead of their game against Man City, we're both pretty sure, as many people were, that Man City would win that game, but Tottenham somehow pulled it off. Got to give them credit for that. But then in their next game against Burnley, during the midweek, they went and lost there 1-0. So that's put them back 6 points behind us now. So thoughts on their 2 games?
Tottenham are very unpredictable. I don't think a lot about them. I don't really care what they do they win or not. But yeah, they have been there. We have seen them being cool and hot in the span of 3 or 4 days. An outstanding victory, you have to say, against Manchester City, and then they showed their class. Then they showed their level by losing the game at Burnley. they're unpredictable, they're inconsistent, to be very honest. And I think it is up to us now to capitalize on these things. And to be honest, if you really ask me about Tottenham, I will say just one thing: I don't really care. I really don't care what they do. I hope they lose against Leeds tomorrow. I don't know whether it will happen or not, but yeah, I really don't give a lot of. I don't have a lot of I don't want to give any kind of thoughts on Tottenham. I really don't care. That's the thing. They lot can do whatever they want to do. They lot can win odd games or there, but I think we have to do our own work. We can't really think about Tottenham and all what they're doing. We do have a good lead on our hands. We are at least, I think, 6 points clear of them playing after playing the same number of games. And yeah, we have to capitalize on that only. So it doesn't really cause me, it doesn't really matter to me too much what Tottenham is doing and all.
Okay, and if you look at West Ham, they had a tricky game against Newcastle on the weekend, and they drew that one, so they dropped a couple more points. Did you see the game?
No, I did. I saw the highlights of the game, but yeah, Joe Willock did a favor for us. Willock came on and scored a very, in the first half stoppage time goal for him. So yeah, you can see, man, you can see all these teams like Manchester United, Tottenham, West Ham, all the so-called rivals for us in the top four this season are not consistent at all. Wolves, to be honest, were kind of the team that were in the up. They had a great January. They were doing all the things right, and we have beaten them twice in 2 weeks. So it shows that we are in the right path, and we only can now be toppled by ourselves. I think none of the teams that I mentioned, like United or Tottenham or West Ham, can cause us, can cost us the top four. We are the architects of our own mistakes. If we do avoid those things, I think we are going to be fine. And yeah, and if you ask me about West Ham, I think they do have who they play tomorrow.
They're playing on Sunday against Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton. So it's a crucial game. I would take a draw out of there. None of them should be getting. Let's split the points 1-1, whatever it is, because that works for us.
Yeah, man. If we look at Man United, you would say they're probably the other main danger to us. But we know they've got a very strong squad. They won their last couple of games. They've won against Brighton, and then on the weekend they beat Leeds 4-2. So looking at how they're performing, they'll be inconsistent this season as well. But would you say they are our main danger?
Yeah, I said it before that United are our biggest danger in the top four race, and because of the quality that they have in their squad, because of the players that they have, as I say, that they have natural goal scorers in their team. If you see Tottenham, you may have maybe two players, Kane and Son, who are natural goal scorers, who can score at any time in the game, because football is all about scoring goals. The team that scores more goals wins the match. In the United squad, if you see that there are pretty good players who can score goals at any time, the likes of Fernandes, Ronaldo, Rashford, and all the players that they have, and now the guy Elanga as well, who has scored, I think, a couple of goals in the last two matches, one in the Champions League and in the Premier League. I think in the last week he scored a goal as well. So they are really our biggest rivals in the race for the top four. But given whatever they do, but I do believe that we do have the metal. We have shown that we do have the metal to go on and do well in tough situations. When the chips are down, we can really dig in and get a result. We have shown that in the last few weeks. So although United are our real threat, but I do still believe that we ourselves will have to do our things right, because we often don't do that. We often end up, thinking too much about all the other teams, and whenever the opportunity does arrive, we don't capitalize. So far, we have done that in February, and we have to keep doing that in the coming couple of months. So come May, we get the UC top four.
Yeah, for sure. So if we look at now the title race, that result that Tottenham, unfortunately, we didn't want Tottenham to win, obviously, but it's made the title race wide open now. So City are only 3 points ahead of Liverpool. Liverpool won their game in hand against Leeds 6-0. They're looking really strong, you got to say. And it seems like the title race is wide open now. What's your thoughts on the title race?
That's the beauty of the Premier League. I was saying, in the last podcast that Manchester City will be looking to win these games and wrap up the season as soon as possible, as so they can concentrate on the Champions League. See now what has happened. It was supposed to be 12 points of gap at some point in last week when Liverpool were losing and Manchester City was supposed to win against Tottenham. But look, now there is only 3 points of gap, and Liverpool and Manchester City will be playing soon against each other. So that's the beauty of the Premier League, and I do still believe Manchester City have the edge over Liverpool to win the Premier League. But at this very moment, it's very tough to predict because the Jurgen Klopp has got his ammunition of the likes of Salah and Mane back now, and City, although they're a great team, but they lost against Tottenham. Their loss against Tottenham showed that they can be beatable. So yeah, it's wide open. It's too tough to predict at the moment. It's very tough to predict. But I do still believe that City have a tiny little bit edge over Liverpool.
Okay. And talking of Liverpool, they're playing this weekend in the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea. Unfortunately, we're not there. We was close getting to the semi-final, but yeah, them two are going up against each other in the final on Sunday. Your thoughts on that game?
I think Liverpool going to win it. I think Jurgen Klopp wants to win it because they don't. Are they in the FA Cup still?
Yes.
Liverpool are out.
Yeah, they're still in the FA Cup. Yeah.
But I think Liverpool are going to win it against Chelsea because Chelsea, although they do have a good squad, but Liverpool are better than Chelsea any day on the field. But it's a cup final. Nothing can be predicted because we have seen funny things happen in the past. Remember the Wigan versus Manchester City in the FA Cup? Remember that match? Wigan were already relegated from the Premier League, and then, they're the champions. They were the FA Cup winners. So, but still, it's a complete different context. But I do believe that Liverpool do have the edge over Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final, and they are the better team on the paper. And may the best team win because I really have no interest seeing the Carabao Cup final as we are not in it.
Yeah, I know the feeling. It's disappointing that we're not there, and watching it's going to be difficult. But I hope Liverpool win. Rather they win it than Chelsea. But yeah, looking at the Premier League fixtures this weekend, so we can now relax. We're meant to play Liverpool this weekend in the Premier League, but because they're in the final, that's been postponed till middle of March. So we can put our feet up. We've got a nice 10-day break now, and our rivals are all playing for the top four. So Man United are playing against Watford at home. Your thoughts on that game?
I think it will be a tough game for Manchester United because when Watford came at the Emirates, it was not an easy job for us. So Watford are a team that will dig in, that will defend very hard, and to break the lines, United will have to work very hard. But being at Old Trafford, I think United do have the advantage over Watford, that's for sure. But Watford do have an added impetus, because they are in the mix of the relegation fight. They are maybe 2 or 3 points above the relegation zone, so they would be fancying, that's for sure. Because United, given their defensive frailties this season, are always can be exposed, and Watford will have to try and do that. But still, I do believe United do have the advantage over them.
Okay, and Tottenham are playing Leeds at Leeds home.
What has happened to Leeds, What has happened to them this season? They were so beautiful playing, attacking beautiful football. All those things have gone. They were never good defensively, but even the attacking flair is gone. Flair is gone this season. Spurs do have the advantage. You have to say that. I hate to say this, but Leeds have been awful this season. Marcelo Bielsa, with all his flair and all his antics at the side, he hasn't done that good in the Premier League with Leeds. I do believe. I'm sorry to say that when he got promoted with Leeds, we had a lot of hopes, but he has been a bit too underwhelming for me. But and given Tottenham's form, anything can happen, because we have seen that just in the midweek what they did against Burnley. But you have to say that Tottenham are the favorites in the match. You have to say that. Sorry.
Okay. And then the game we were talking about a little bit earlier, West Ham against Wolves. How do you think that will go?
Massive match. I think it's a massive match for both the clubs. We would take a draw. That will be the perfect result for us. That both of them kind of share the spoils, but it's at West Ham's home. I think yeah, it's a massive match for both the clubs. But we will take a draw. If both the teams share the spoils, that will be perfect for us. But as we have seen, Wolves are a team who have shown that they can bounce back from defeats and all. So they will be up for it after the loss against us yesterday. But West Ham, given at their home, their form has been pretty decent. I do fancy West Ham will just nick it by a goal or two in this match. But a draw will be ideal result for us.
Okay. Yeah, just back to us now. So we're in good form again, you would say. 3 wins in a row. Confidence is getting back. Lacazette, right, he didn't score the goal, but he obviously played a huge part in us getting that winner. So now hopefully his confidence will come back.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you see that what he has been doing everything, he has been working very hard, he's leading, you can see that he's pumped up every time, urging the crowd to support, and he has been doing every bit of things that he's supposed to do. He's helping in the defenses, and all the thing that is missing is the goal. And he was so close. It was kind of cruel that the goal was taken away from him yesterday after the dramatic finale. But yeah, I think he said after the match that he's happy that the team has won. It is showing that his confidence is slightly coming back, but a goal will do all the world of good to him. And I think the goal is coming. The goal is around the corner, and maybe at Watford we'll see him scoring. But yeah, it is quite important that Lacazette finds his scoring boots for us, because in the last couple of months we can see that there are string of matches, and we need him scoring. We need his goals for us to really have a chance in the top 4. And he's our leading striker, so he's supposed to give us goals. And given that, as I think the contract talks have been held till the end of the season, so he can just concentrate on his football for now. Whatever happens at the end of the season happens. Whether he leaves us for free, whether he signs a new contract, let's put that aside. Concentrate on your game, score goals, and help us find the top 4, please. You are our captain, and you're doing everything fine so far. I can't complain about your work ethic, about the commitment that you have shown, despite being out of contract at the end of the season. But we need goals, Laka, from you. You have to find that for us. But yeah, hope for the best. I do believe there are positive signs, especially after the match yesterday. I think he's gonna score very soon.
Yeah, hopefully. We saw the passion yesterday after he scored.
Just a minute. Yesterday he also had 2 or 3 good opportunities. If you remember, they were half chances, but Laka at his prime would have taken at least one of those. So although there is hope from my side that he will come and score and come start firing again for us. There is a very tiny doubt that whether he is past his prime. I really hope he's not, but yeah, he has been doing all the things right apart from that. So I really can't complain, and hope to see him doing the best for us in the coming matches.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope we go on a nice long winning run now. That's 3 out of 3. Watford next. I look forward to seeing you next week to preview that game and discuss all the Premier League news and the Carabao Cup final. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.